Namaste students. In the previous class we studied about the 5 kingdom classification that was proposed by R.H. Whittaker. Today in this chapter 2nd we will start with the kingdom Monera. Now as a general characteristics, Monera includes all the prokaryotic organisms. By prokaryotes we mean a cell with absence of a well defined nucleus. A well defined nucleus is absent in these cells. Cell organelles are absent in these cells. These Monera kingdom include actually all the bacteria. The known bacteria are included in this particular kingdom, that is the Monera, the prokaryotic cells. Now when we study bacteria, first we classify or we name the bacteria on the basis of their shape. For example, cocci. The word cocci means the shape is spherical. The spherical bacteria falls in this category. Then bacilli. Bacilli includes all the rod shaped bacteria. Then spirilla, as the word indicates, this is a spiral structure with a flagellum. And vibrio. Vibrio is a bacteria with a comma shape. So on the basis of shape, bacteria fall into 2 categories. Now in an elaborate manner, we study the types of bacteria, that is the groups bacteria is divided into. It has mainly 2 groups, that is the archaebacteria and eubacteria. Now archaebacteria, it is a primitive bacteria. Eubacteria, as the name indicates, U stands for true, so these are the true bacteria. Now the archaebacteria, when we call the primitive bacteria, they are adapted to survive in very harsh conditions. Harsh conditions, for example, there are certain bacteria called halophiles which can survive in the saline water, a salty water. These bacteria, particular bacteria, are found in the highly saline water. That is why they are named as the halophiles. Then thermoacidophiles. As the name indicates, thermo means heat, acido for acid. That is, in a hot water, acidic hot water, these bacteria are found in such kind of water. For example, in the hot water springs, we know there are certain springs that the hot water is coming out of from the earth. There also these bacteria are found. The next are the methanogens. As the name indicates, methanogens, that is, they produce methane. These bacteria are found in the marshy areas. And also in the guts of ruminants like cow and buffalo, in their guts this particular bacteria are found. So in their dung they produce methane, which is the main component of biogas. That is how a biogas is obtained from the dung, because of the presence of such bacteria. So we see archaebacteria is a group of bacteria that can survive in very harsh conditions. Now what makes them different from this eubacteria? It is the composition of their cell wall. That is, we can say that due to the composition of their cell wall, these archaebacteria can survive in the harsh conditions while these bacteria cannot. Now coming to the eubacteria or the true bacteria, on the basis of nutrition, they can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic, that is, they can make their own food. Now using the source of energy, these autotrophic bacteria can be photosynthetic or chemosynthetic. Now as the name indicates, photo is for light. They use light as the source of energy and they store it in the form of the ATP, while chemosynthetic bacteria are those bacteria which derive their energy from some inorganic substances like nitrite, nitrates, ammonia. From these substances they derive energy and store in the form of the ATP. So these fall under the category autotrophic, that is, they can prepare their own food. Next category of eubacteria are the heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, that is, they obtain their nutrition from other source. They do not prepare their own food. Now these bacteria include decomposers. Most of the bacteria are decomposers. They survive on the dead decaying matter. Then many of the bacteria are useful for human, as in case of curd. We know in curd lactobacillus is used. Many types of antibiotics can be derived from bacteria. In association with the use, they are also harmful. Harmful, like they can be pathogens. They can cause disease, for example typhoid, cholera. These are the diseases caused by bacteria. In plants also, they cause certain diseases. So bacteria can be harmful, can be useful, they derive their nutrition from the other sources, they all included in the heterotrophic category. So this is all about eubacteria. When we come to the reproduction of bacteria, that is, asexual reproduction is very common, that is by the method of binary fission, a very common method. Sexual reproduction is said to be generally absent, but a transfer of DNA is seen. It is not a proper type of sexual reproduction, just a transfer of DNA can be visualized, which is treated as a sexual reproduction in bacteria. So this is all about the bacteria. Now the other category that is included in Monera are the mycoplasma. Mycoplasma are also prokaryotes, they are included in Monera, but how are they different from the bacteria is that they lack cell wall. These are the cell wall less prokaryotes. They can survive even in the absence of oxygen. They are pathogenic and they are pleomorphic. Pleomorphic means they can change their shape. So mycoplasma is also there. Now here one more example in this photosynthetic is the blue-green algae or the cyanobacteria. Actually these all are the examples of Monera, that is the blue-green algae, mycoplasma, bacteria. These all fall under the category of Monera, that is the prokaryotes. So this is all about the Monera, the bacteria particularly, and on the basis of shape, size, the types, this is all about Monera. Thank you.